Hey, namaste. Welcome back to our channel. I'm Chintamani Cloud, and today's video is the second in a new series where we're going to step off of our yoga mats so that we can take some time to talk about the diverse philosophical and physical elements of the practice in a more detailed verbal instruction. So for today, I'd like for us to get a little bit deeper into some of these foundational elements that we want to carry with us. It's three-pronged, and that's our breath practice, our gaze practice for our eyes, and our alignment practice, which we often refer to as our core. So these three elements, in Sanskrit, they're referred to as pranayama for the breath practice, drishti for the gaze practice, and bandhas for the core practice or the alignment practice. And just wanted to offer that as a partner to the previous talk where we broke down the system of breath and movement, which is vinyasa. That's one fundamental element of the yoga practice. And another fundamental element is these sciences of how to breathe, when to breathe, how to breathe in terms of even how the body physically breathes, but then also how to breathe and when to breathe in that when do we take an inhale breath in our practice and when do we take an exhale breath in our practice. So that paired with the concept of gaze and alignment takes our practice beyond breath and into an energetic experience that can be cultivated through where we steer our gaze, how we calm the mind, and what alignment we're carrying with us in the body. So that's kind of a lot, but that's because pranayama is beyond just the concept of how we breathe. But as Western yogis, I would like us to focus on the more physical element of breath, how we draw in oxygen into the body and how we have CO2 leave the body, and refer that to our pranayama practice for now. And then when we move on to gaze, we'll think of something I think is important to instruct is that actually every posture in the yoga practice or every moment even in between the poses or the moments where we transition into a pose has a destination for where we should be looking with the eyes. So our eyes inside of their sockets, our eyeballs inside of our sockets are guided by movements of muscles. And so just like all of the muscles in our body, they can experience tightness and weakness. And through steering the gaze, G-A-Z-E, through steering our gaze in our practice, we are able to create flexibility of those muscles and strengthen those muscles. And not only are we then able to have better vision, but it also helps us in the experience of quieting the mind and calming the mind and staying present in the practice, helping us to withdraw the senses so that we can be in our bodies and on our mats in the moment. So there's a physical strengthening and a healing element that comes to where we look when we're in our yoga practice. And then also, just like our breath practice, there's a deeper energetic element as well. So, which is one of the awesome qualities of this system of yoga is that each of the scientific physical elements are also directly linked to more metaphysical elements as well. So we have our pranayama, our drishti, and next bandhas. I called it core, I called it alignment. It really is a system of engaging all the muscles that live along the spine. And this is how I'd like us to introduce the concept of bandhas or core. I'd like us to reconceptualize and take a new understanding of what it means to engage the core of your being. We don't want to just constantly be drawing our bellies in and then letting our bellies out. We want to take on a new alignment where we are able to get a mind-body connection so that we can learn to strengthen and open the tiny little muscles that live along the spine, as well as all of their brothers and sisters that form the layers of our torso, which is essentially the core of our being. So we're going to learn how to strengthen those muscles that are deep within us, as well as all of the surface muscles, so that we can create a new alignment. And through this new alignment, we're essentially going to tell our skeletal body where we'd like it to be positioned, even subtle elements like where the upper arm bone, how it's tilted in or out, or the same with the quadricep bones, the thigh bones. And so through this practice, these subtle alignment shifts help us to tap into the deeper muscles of our being so that we can literally strengthen deep from within and find a new potential to our flexibility and our strength that cannot exist unless we touch base with those deep internal muscles. So that also takes us into the alignment that then will allow the full practice of on the metaphysical levels to take place as well. But just from a physical perspective, this new alignment will allow you to tap into, that's what the phrase I was looking for, to tap into the deeper muscles of your being so that your full potential can be realized. And so that's a breakdown of these three systems that form a fundamental science to our practice that we want to take with us through each moment on our mats. And I hope that you will be able to, so that you can deepen your practice and find the best version of yourself each day. Namaste. Here's us at the Goshala. The cows are out. Not sure if you can hear the audio on this. Ooh, but there's a big bull. And he's a big boy. Maybe it'll come back.